Hello, friends. It's your buddy Chuck the Book Dweller coming at you on a kind of a nice day here in Cincinnati. It's quiet. If you hear some racket in here, it's my black cat Jinx. I can see him running around. He's an absolute hillbilly, but he's okay. We'll keep him. Just wanted to say something about all this coronavirus and all this stuff going on. I think everybody knows what my political and religious beliefs are at this time. If you don't, send me a message on the side. We'll get that straightened out. So my suggestion is don't watch the news. It's awful. The guy in the White House is not helping things at all. So pick and choose your news. We're all washing our hands a million times a day. If you're lucky enough like me, you're still working 40, 50 hours. If not, hang in there. I think for me, with YouTube and Instagram, everybody in this community is so cool and so wonderful and so awesome. And everyone's very positive. So I have to say, if you're feeling funky, just get on anything to do with the BookTube people or YouTube, BookTube, Instagram, Bookstagram. Hang out there for a while. You'll feel much better. It's a good time. I'm actually starting to read more myself, and I'm a really slow reader. But it's been nice to read, hang out with the family. Still taking a few little drives in and around the city. But everybody just hang in there. We'll get through it. We've been through crap before. I'm 54 years old. We've been through stuff before. We all make it. Hopefully we'll all make it. But anyway, I have a book haul. Last time I did a Harlan Ellison video, which everyone seemed to enjoy, which I really enjoy doing. So I've got well, you can't see, the stacks kind of go on. So I've got enough books for 3 or 4 book hauls. So anyway, let's get started. I kind of broken them up here. Oh, and by the way, my musical spotlight for the day is the Misfits. And here's a Misfit for you right here. I'm going to put Jinx in a full Nelson here. There you go, pal. And get a job. So anyway, we'll get through the books. We'll do a little bit of Misfit stuff. We'll have a good time. We'll enjoy ourselves. Take some stress out of the world for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it takes me to get through this. So I think this time I'm going to start out with a couple Westerns, and they're all by the same guy. This is L.P. Holmes. I've actually read this one. This is Rustler's Moon. I really enjoyed it. It's a real short one. I actually caught some typos. It seems like when you read a lot, you catch on to misspell words and, stuff like that. But who cares? This guy has been around since the late 1800s, I think. So, L.P. Holmes, Rustler's Moon. Jinx, stop. Here's another one. L.P. Holmes, Brandon's Empire. Kind of looks like Clint Eastwood on there. There we go. Speaking of Westerns, we watched Support Your Local Gunfighter with James Garner last night. Goofy comedy Western, but I sure enjoyed it with my wife. Here's another one. Riders of the Coyote Moon by L.P. Holmes. Oversized, I guess a trade paperback you could call it. So that's all the Westerns for now. There's plenty more to come when we get around to it. I think I'll change gears and do some sci-fi books. And it looks like seven books, and they're all from Philip Jose Farmer. I can't remember where I got them all because I haven't been to a bookstore in a long time, as you all know. And I don't mind ordering stuff off the internet, but for me, it's the hunt, it's the chase, it's the whole bookstore atmosphere. So I haven't gone out to buy books in a while. So some of these are been accumulating December, January, February, March. So check this. I do remember getting this one at a thrift store. The Complete Riverworld novels. Check it out. It's a little box set. Can you see them on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books in this little box set. Because the box is kind of in crappy condition. You can see here. But 5 Philip Jose Farmer books in a box, which was probably really cool when they first brought it out. There's another end of it. Stupid glare. But this was $3. And I almost fell over when I saw it in a thrift store for $3. So there's Philip Jose Farmer's The Complete Riverworld novels. One time I'll do a Philip Jose Farmer spotlight, because I got a bunch of those over there. Next is, I didn't get a chance to take this one out of plastic, The Maker of Universes. I think we can get away with that without taking them out of plastics. Philip Jose Farmer. Really cool cover. Next is Dare, Philip Jose Farmer. Still in plastics. In plastique. Very nice. Here is, I'm sure this is the first all-new Doc Savage adventure since 1949, Escape from Low Key, Philip Jose Farmer. I don't have any other Doc Savage, but if it had Farmer's name on it, I snagged it for, I don't know, can't be more than $1 or $2. That's cool. This one here, I'll save these other two. The World of Tears. The complete novels of wonder and adventure, the maker of universes, the gates of creation, and a private cosmos are all in this trade paperback edition. And here are Volume 1 and Volume 2. And these are the older hardcover editions. Volume 1 and Volume 2. So this one's pretty big. But, you know, I want to say I got these for $3 a piece at the library sale, which has been a little while. Next up, I was looking for one of my favorite books by this guy, which I read one called Creepers, David Morrell books. In hardback, I got it for $1 up in Dayton. I went to get the oil change and tires or something put on the car, and I was reading it in there. I got the bullcrap with the guy, and I left it there. The only redeeming quality of that was I finished the book while I was waiting. So I went back later on to get it, and the guy's like, we didn't see it, so somebody took it, but maybe they'll read it. What the heck? It was pretty good, 3 stars. So I don't want to get a ton of David Morrell books, but I did read First Blood, the Rambo book. I know that came out in the 70s. I finally found a cover. I wanted a cover without Sylvester Stallone on it. So I found this the other day. It's a really, really great book. The ending's different than the movie. I'm not going to spoil that, but I really enjoyed that one. And then I found this one was probably, I don't know, $1 or $2. Scavenger. I don't know anything about this one. David Morrell. Nice. And then this one, believe it or not, this one came from the library sale. Check this out. Black Evening by David Morrell. And I wasn't paying any attention to it, but it's actually a cemetery dance book. So you can see the library. I don't care about that stuff. So this is a cemetery dance book I got at the library. I guarantee it wasn't more than $3. So, and this came from Dakota County Library in Eagan, Minnesota. So who knows how it made its way to Cincinnati. But a cemetery dance book, I'll take it anytime. Before we get to the horror, I think we'll shift gears and do a little history books. This is Benjamin Franklin by Edmund S. Morgan. I have a bunch of Edmund S. Morgan books. The history section's over there. I kind of like that cover. Hard to believe that this guy was a real ladies' man. And a drinker, so dig that. This is a monster. James Madison by Ralph Ketchum. I did a little research, and this Ralph Ketchum guy supposedly is the best book on Madison, but I have several. But who knows where this one came from? There's a map of looks like the colonies, whatever. So James Madison. And this is the only other history one I'm going to show for now, because I can barely lift it up. This is Washington, A Life by Ron Chernow. This is a beast. This is a weapon you could beat somebody or whatever. You know, whatever you want to do on the weekends, up to you. But my wife and daughter and I went to see Ron Chernow. He came to I think it was the Aronoff Center downtown and spoke for an hour. And he was promoting his book on Ulysses S. Grant. So, and it was during the week, and at that time I was getting up at 5:30, so we watched it and we left. But then I found this used, probably at half-price books, winner of the Pulitzer Prize. So that one might take me maybe 2 lifetimes. We'll see. But I'm a big history guy. Now we'll get to the horror books. Yeah, close enough order. This one seems to be a favorite on Instagram and whatnot. Doll's Eyes by Barry Wood. I actually have a hardback of this. Pretty cool cover. Hope that's not Poison Ivy or anything. So that's cool. And here's one. I used to have like 5 or 6 of Steve Vance books, and I went through a period 10 years ago or whatever where I got rid of most of my horror books, which was a real dumbass thing to do. So, my advice, if you're not into something at a particular time in your life, goddamn, put it in a closet somewhere or something. Put it in a box. So, but this was one of my favorites of his. Spook. What a great cover. See if I can get that closer. That's kind of generic, but Steve Vance book. Always on the lookout for Jack Ketchum, obviously, which I'll always remember the time I got a chance to meet him. This is Offspring, now a major motion picture. Haven't seen that, but this is part 2 of Off Season, which is the first one. Very cool. And then this is Necro Publications, one of my favorites because of the Edward Lee stuff. Jacob's Curse by Wrath James White. I have a couple of his somewhere around here. I don't know if this is signed or not. Probably not. Oh, to Brian, The Streets Are Watching. It is signed, but not to me. So, Brian, whoever you were, thanks for turning this in. Very cool. Now that I'm looking at it, I didn't catch the cover so much. Very cool. Next is, I'm always open up for Bentley Little, The Association. And this is also a Cemetery Dance release. Very cool. God, I remember, I used to get Cemetery Dance magazine for years. So, very cool. Bentley Little. And I haven't seen the movie yet, but I found the book, The Cabin at the End of the Woods. At the End of the World, duh. The Cabin at the End of the World. I don't edit my video, so all the does are in there. But I'll probably end up watching this with my daughter and her boyfriend. They like horror movies too. So, and Paul Tremblay obviously is a fan favorite on here too. Next is paperback. So I don't know if people watch me on Instagram, they know some of these I try to post something every night, either music or a book. But Silence of the Lambs, I remember having this in whatever the original cover was. But like I say, you go through and then I was out. One of the last times I was actually out book shopping, I found the hardback of it. Look at this picture. Yeah. But a hardback for a couple bucks, you know, I'm snagging it. And I think I might have Red Dragon, or I don't know. This one I already have. But if I find McCammon books, I'm snagging them no matter what. So this is Bale paperback. And this one is Infrared Crocodile or something. So this is a double hardback of Boy's Life and Gone South. So how could anyone pass that up? And this one, another Cemetery Dance find. What a great find, The Listener. Cemetery Dance. This was part of the trade hardback. But how can you pass a Robert McCammon Cemetery Dance for $3 to $5 wherever I got? That's probably a library one. And the last hardback is, I've never seen this one in hardback. But I know I've shown this on Instagram. Everybody went nuts over J.N. Williamson, Bloodlines in hardback. So what a great cover. You know, everybody talks about Williamson. He's not the best writer, but it is what it is. It's pretty awesome. So that wraps it up for this book haul. Like I say, there's enough for probably 3 more before I actually have to go out and buy any books. So now, I think anybody who's a fan of Glenn Danzig or the Misfits is going to enjoy this. So I've got some bootlegs. I've just got some Misfits oddities. So let's start out with the CDs. Walk Among Us, we know is classic. CD. I had the concert ticket and I took it out and put it on the back. This is Collection 2. Jeez, that's a collection of glare. No charge. What if I do it over here? That's not too bad. Next is The Years with Michael Graves. So we can get a back picture of that. Rick Blair, my favorite wrestler, Rick Blair. American Psycho. And then Famous Monsters. I saw him on this, was a great tour. Graves is a fantastic singer. I mean, Danzig's great, but a little more range with Michael Graves. And then you move on where Michael Graves is not in there. This is the Devil's Reign. So now we're down to a three-piece. Des Cadena from Black Flag right there. So that helped having him in there. Here's the cover. So actually I like this. This was a really good release. And that, believe it or not, that's all the CDs I have of the Misfits. So let's go into some 7-inch, some 45s. Let's start with the bootlegs. I'm not sure how many of these are on weird colors, but I took them out of the plastics because it was even harder to see. This is Return of the Fly. There's a back cover of that. I know Chad Lutsky was digging these when I was posting them. This is one called Creep Show. Say they're kind of flimsy now because I got them out of the plastics. But this one is on blue vinyl. There's the back cover. Like I say, these are all boots. This one is Spook City, USA. That's just black. Spook City, USA. There's the back cover. Pretty cool. This is, I'd love to have the original of this, but this is Bullet. You don't think about it till you look at that close. It probably should have been a Dead Kennedys cover, but anyway. Here's the back of that. I'm sure the original of this is hundreds of dollars. Black vinyl. No big deal. I'm going to try to put these back. It's worth a second because I'll have a mess on my hand if I don't. Okay, this is Beware. Back cover. If it's in black, I'm okay. This is. I remember seeing this one hanging on the wall at Bleecker Bob's. I might have got it at Bleecker Bob's years ago. But this is a bootleg of Evil Is As Evil Does. I don't know why I always thought that cover was so great. Very Jerry Only based. Black vinyl. This is another one, I believe it's a boot. It says Plan 9, which is, Danzig's label earlier on. I actually had this t-shirt for my daughter when she was little. But the back is, there you go. So it says Plan 9 on it, but then when you look at it in here, it says Plan 6. So that's the boot version of it. Still very cool. This is 7 studio outtakes, A Walk Among the Dead. There you go. Yellow vinyl. Number 916 out of 500. Then this is Night of the Living Dead. Plan 6. So you can tell when it's a boot. And it's just on black. That's one with Bobby Steele on it, which he had his band Undead, which was great. Here's another one that's kind of misleading. Walk Among Us in black and white. So looks like they use the original artwork on there. But the cool thing about this one is it's actually a double 7-inch, both on red. Very cool. This is The Undertaker and His Pals. 4 Hits from Hell. That's on black. Oh, what do you know? 2 copies of 4 Hits from Hell. There's the back cover. Very cool. Black. Blank label. Now here's the two treasures from the 45s. These are original Plan 9. Check it out. 3 Hits from Hell. Original 7 inches. If you want to know what this is worth, just go on eBay and check it out. Just punch in that Misfits 3 Hits from Hell. And then while you're at it, punch in Halloween. The original Plan 9 7-inch. In really good shape, too. Let me know how much that's worth. So those are the 2 treasure of the 7 inches. So let's go on to the 12 inches. This is live Night of the Living Dead. To move this back vinyl. There's the back. On black vinyl. It's pretty cool. Looks cartoon thing. So that's very cool. It's so hard to find any Misfit stuff that's reasonable. This is Ghouls Night Out. Very cool cover. Show you the back real fast. Oh, well, never mind. Look at this bad boy. Splatter. I'll have to put that back in a minute. Sweet. Here's an original. Die, Die, My Darling. 12-inch. We Bite. Mommy, Can I Go Out and Kill Tonight? With Die, Die, My Darling. Black. Another one, Evil Live. This is a reissue. Just on black. Then you get to the original. This was like a German edition. I think it's on black. Hell, I never take these things out and play vinyl hardly ever. Yeah, that's on black. But the beauty of this one is I'll get to it in a minute. Legacy of Brutality. What, that's a great title. This is off that later one, Twilight of the Dead. That's on Misfits Records. That is on blue vinyl. Very cool. Wolf's Blood. It's another German edition. This is Evil Live. It's another copy of the one I have, but what makes this one special is signed by Glenn Danzig. I saw him on the first Sam Hain tour, and I was able to get that signed. And then, I guess what you could say might be the cool one, the super cool one. Misfits Walk Among Us, black vinyl. Original inner sleeve and all that. Back. The cool thing about this is Glenn signed it there with a skull. So it says To Chuck. I don't know what it is, Glenn. He was playing pinball when I got that signed, actually. So that's probably, a couple treasures in there, too. So anyway, that's all the Misfit stuff. Jinx is sitting here guarding the 45s from who, I guess for me, I don't know. That's the video for now, guys. Just want to reiterate what I said earlier. We'll all get through this. Everybody's posting videos. Everybody's doing Instagram. It's fantastic. This community really helps me. And sometimes my wife and daughter will watch some of the videos downstairs on the TV. So they're kind of getting to know you guys too a little bit. So anyway, hang in there. Be cool. Read. Enjoy yourself. Listen to music. And thanks for subscribing and the comments on Instagram and all that stuff. And I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.